The Fray, featuring Blake Carpenter and the Straight to YouTube Band. I'm Christopher Hayden, and now here's your host, Barrett Jourdan.
Hello, everybody. How's your night going? Great? Fantastic, everybody. We have a wonderful show for you all tonight. First show. I hope it goes well. Just bear with us. We're working some bugs out. But anyway, we're going to go straight into this. Hope you all enjoy. What's new, Chris? Longboarding. Longboarding has officially become a sensation all over the URI campus, with almost 1 in 5 students, 1 in every 5, owning a longboard.
Interesting.
Yeah, scientists are saying they're powered by cannabis. Marijuana. All right, what else? I've always been told that some things in life are hit or miss. Or for the Red Sox, it's always miss.
Can't argue with that on that.
No, not at all. Yankees lost yesterday, though. Really good. So that's a little bit of a bright note to continue that. Anyway, Wayne Brady came to URI last weekend. Great show.
It was all right.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny. Really funny, Wayne Brady. A lot of singing, drunken woman. Anyway, this leaves lots of students wondering what other washed-up celebrities might find their way to the college. Brady's arrival is great news for that girl that sang that song, that guy from that movie, or former child star Macaulay Culkin, otherwise known as that kid from Home Alone. You know, Chris and I caught up with him last weekend. He's not that cute anymore.
Not looking too pretty, Barrett.
Not at all. Anyway, with the vice presidential debate was 2 weeks ago now. Paul Ryan agreed to debate Joe Biden in order to fulfill his requirements for the Assisting the Unable Elderly badge. He's a Boy Scout.
Take it easy on him.
Anyway, with presidential elections are less than a month away now. Less than a month. It's coming up fast. URI students are trying to decide whether to vote for the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, or whether to just party. Huh? Just party. College kid. Anyway, great show for you all tonight. Bobo Hayes is on the program. Musical guest, The Fray. Unbelievable. The Fray. Chris, how'd you even get a hold of them?
What did I do?
You got The Fray to come on the show and perform for our first ever show. It's unbelievable. Thanks.
Oh, I thought you did that. But okay, you're welcome.
Chris, you really know how to save a life. Thank you. Great song by The Fray. Anyway, they were at URI a few years ago, and it's a real treat to have them back. I mean,
Indeed.
I wasn't here to see them, but I've been a huge fan of The Fray for years. Anyway, everybody, Blake Carpenter and the Straight to YouTube Band will be right back. Everybody. So I think we're doing okay, huh?
I've seen better.
Yeah, but right now, before we go into this, we have a special treat for all of you with special installment from Julio.
So what's wrong with URI today? Today we have canceling classes. As we get ever closer to winter, an important issue will come to topic. That is, professors and colleges in general have a habit of canceling class right before class starts. Don't get me wrong, I love it when classes get canceled, but I would like some kind of notice before I waste my time showing up for a class that is canceled. So it sucks after you walked all the way to class for no reason, or even worse if you commute from home, like what happened to me last year. URI was the only school and college in the state still open during a major snowstorm about 2 years ago. They canceled class 10 minutes into my they canceled classes 10 minutes into my class, so I had to wait around to catch the next bus on my hour-plus long journey back to my hometown. It took me even longer because of the storm. Professors do that too, leaving a note on the door right before the class starts, without alerting the students earlier. Professors and schools should get their priorities straight. I personally cannot miss a day of class whatsoever. That's just me, but I do not wish to go to class if there is no class, especially during bad weather, and especially if I happen to be commuting. They don't know me. They don't know where I'm coming from. Anyways, usually when schools cancel classes, we might have to make it up at the end of the semester during reading days. Depends on the professor. And that's all.
Thanks, Julio. You're a really angry person. Anyway, last Wednesday, Hot in Here rapper Nelly was arrested when Texas State troopers found 36 bags of heroin on his tour bus. That's a lot of smack, Chris.
I'd smack that all across the floor, Barrett.
Oh my God, that song, Smack That? That's Nelly? Nelly's like my favorite rapper.
Actually, Barrett, it's rapist.
Rappist? No, let the record show, Chris, I am not a rappist.
You know, walking around, I see all kinds of wannabe rapists around campus.
You know, me too. And half of them, Chris, they're really not that bad. It's pretty impressive to see.
It takes a very strong-willed person to be able to throw yourself against the wall.
Yeah, really though. Some people I see, you can just rap anything.
Yeah, some people are really messed up.
I mean, you give them any word and they can just find another one that rhymes with it, like right off the top of their head. It's pretty cool.
Oh, rapping?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, what was that about heroin?
Oh yeah. So Nelly was found with 36 bags of heroin in his tour bus. 36. That's unbelievable. So Chris and I took advantage of this and we decided to look into it. And there were a lot of other bags found on the tour bus.
36 of them.
36 bags of Fall Out Boy CDs.
36 bags of nickels.
36 bags of never-before-seen Mel Gibson rants.
36 bags of glass eyes.
36 bags of seagull repellent.
36 bags of dolls.
36 bags of Encyclopedia Britannica.
36 bags of Native American.
36 bags of lobster elastics.
36 bagpipes.
36 Bilbo Baggins.
36 bags of slightly used Aqua Pod.
37 bags of Batman Arkham City Game of the Year edition.
36 bags of rhymes.
36 bags of more bags.
36 bags of chest hair.
1 bag of heroin that they forgot.
36 bags of matches.
36 bags of that thing I lost. Anything else?
Nope.
Come on, Chris. Reach into that bag of tricks of yours.
I got nothing.
Gee, that's tough. Anyway, everybody, stick around. We'll be right back. Bobo Hayes is here. Hey everybody, we're right back. And before Bobo Hayes comes out, take a quick sports update from Kyle in a segment we like to call I Watch Sports.
Hello everybody. October is baseball playoff month, and no story bigger than the Yankees being swept yesterday by the Detroit Tigers. One main story coming out of that is Alex Rodriguez struggling mightily and being benched for most of the series. It causes one to think whether the Yankees will retain Alex next season, as he is due nearly $114 million over the next 5 years, and he's going to be 42 by the end of his contract. So the Yankees might let him go. Also, there was NFL yesterday with the 49ers beating the Seattle Seahawks 13-6 in a defensive battle, as well as college football where the Oregon Ducks faced the Arizona State Devils 43-21. The Oregon Ducks topped the Devils, and that was about it. With Kyle, no sports, watch sports, and back to you, Barrett.
Thanks, Kyle. You really do watch a lot of sports. Anyway, guys, with us here tonight is country music star Bobo Hayes. Thanks for coming on the show, Bobo.
Oh, well, it's always a pleasure. Barrett?
That's my name.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bobo, so I've been a huge fan of yours as long as I can remember, since grade school, I think. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you got started as a musician?
Well, it all started when my mom came out of her womb, because that's what happens when you're born. And it was just one of those days, I guess. And she gave me a little toy piano, and I just kind of started bashing on it. I was a little bastard. Yeah. And I just started making music then. And all of a sudden, here I am, just 50 years later, kind of still making music. And Yeah, it's mostly my parents' beatings that got me into making music. Very angry. Beethoven-esque?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's great. Your story has been an inspiration to so many people, and you're still being in the business right now. It's really something to inspire to. So tell us one of your favorite stories from being on the road, because you've been on the road for so many years.
Oh.
How many is it?
Probably 25 years, I'd say. 25.
Wow.
Yeah, 25 years on the road, you'll do some crazy stuff, I'll tell you that. Some stuff you'll probably regret. A lot of stuff you'll probably regret. But besides that, you know, you have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You drink a lot, do a lot of drugs, and that heroin you were talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen so much of that stuff, it's not even funny. But besides that, the most story I ever had on a tour, I guess, was this little old lady named Lizzie. She came to the side of the stage at the end of the concert and says, "I've been listening to you, same thing, you know, since grade school. I love you, I love you." So I took her back to my room and I killed her.
Just kidding. I was going to say that in a lot of your songs. Actually, killing people is one of the greatest topics of your music.
No, we just, you know, did the dirty business. Well, that's happened a bunch of times. I mean, I guess if I had to say, the most specific thing about that was that the carpet didn't match drape, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
And that's a little misleading. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah, well, I'm misled.
Nothing worse than a bad interior, Bobo.
What?
Sometimes he says things. Just roll with it.
Okay.
Just go with it. Anyway, I just had a question for you. Back in '98, when you won your Grammy, the long-deserved Grammy for your album "Squirrel Hit My Tire."
Yes.
Great album. It's still in stores. Tell us about some feelings that went through your head after trying for so long to get a Grammy. And you won, how many was it? 6 nominations before?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of weird instrumental, independent stuff for a while. And,
Yeah.
There's weird movies like Jack's not there, but he is there, but sometimes he isn't there. So that was kind of more melodic and symphonic, ambionic. So, you know, I could go on and on and on about my own tributes and stuff like that. But basically, what gave me the idea was, you know, I met this guy on the road, the director, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Not related to the actual Tom Hardy.
No,
but,
I know.
His name's Tom Hardy. And we're on the road once, and we're just like, you know, drinking, we're driving and everything. And don't do that, kids, by the way. That's not a good idea.
Don't do that.
But sometimes it is a good idea, because we ran over a squirrel. We ran over this squirrel, and the squirrel went through the tire like 60 times. And we were like, oh, let's see what it sounds like if we leave this squirrel in the tire for 60 rotations. So it just sounded like my soundtrack. And I kind of saw it in this drunken rampage of killing this squirrel. And all of a sudden, a soundtrack was born, and the guy was like, oh, I have an idea for a screen script. And so he went back there to his motel, and he wrote it. And I just made it, and they said it, I mean, I guess they made up something for me. They made up a genre.
Yeah.
Because they said they've never heard anything like that.
No.
I don't know if you've ever heard a squirrel getting rotated through a tire a bunch of times. It's the funniest thing, you know? It just sounds really, really specific.
Yeah, well, I have the soundtrack in my car. I listen to it on my way
really?
every morning. It gets me pumped from the
Now,
show.
have you ever actually ran over a squirrel?
While it was happening, while I was listening to things,
Yeah.
it like doubles over.
Oh, yeah,
It's
isn't that the
fantastic.
greatest thing?
Try it, really. If you haven't done that yet, you really need to buy the album and then run over a squirrel. Yeah?
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
I
Anyway, what did that win you? You won for, was it best country drunken brawl or something like that? What category were you in? I mean,
There's so many things that are coming. The genre was drunken man rampaging, I guess, down the highway. There was a time in my life where I used to jog, and because I don't know why I just get so infuriated. I'd get up and start running all over the place, and then I'd get back to my apartment and I'd just still be enraged, and then I'd just make music and just on the piano, you know, and it just would make this sound. And I guess that sounds like a drunken guy rampaging or something. I mean.
you definitely had a unique style, and it's why so many people loved you. But hey, I heard that you just got married recently.
I did actually, yes I did, you know.
She your 6th wife coming up?
Technically my 7th or 8th. The other 2. I'm losing count, you know.
Yeah.
the other two, I got married in Vegas, did that whole bullshit, and oh, excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to say
It's
that.
all right. It's all right.
But malarkey, we did that malarkey. It was a lot of fun, you know, and just kind of a whim on a drug-crazed, you know, mission from God.
Yeah.
And that's just what I felt like. It's just, I need to marry this woman and then divorce her. And so I've done that 7 times, probably gonna do it again. But, you know, she's a special lady in my heart. You know, I believe that when you go through life, you shouldn't have just one mistress, you know, you should have multiple. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be getting married, but I don't care, because it's, you know, I'm getting money and they're getting money out of it, and it's just making everybody happy. It's just, you know, women will come to me and say, can I marry you? Because I know you're divorced, and you always give them money afterwards. Like, I'll give you money now anyways. But yeah. Love is a very intricate part of my music, and I try to do the same thing in my life. It's just kind of had that same type of really weird things happen to me all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Box office is, I don't know why I said that, but, yes, yeah.
We have time for one more question. What can Bobo Hayes fans expect from your next album? I know Chris was really intrigued by this.
How so? How are you intrigued? What intrigues you?
I gotta know more about it.
You want to know more? Okay.
Well, what's the title track called?
Mary runs away, then gets mowed down by a sled. Have you ever heard something like that before? See, I'm sorry. I've heard something like that before. Do you know how messed up that is? You know, I was on a skiing trip once with my fiance actually at the time, and her name was Mary, and this guy and me, really, I was on a sled, and I was like, oh, it'd be fun to, you know, kind of trip her up, and she'd go up in the air, and I ran over her and I killed her.
Oh, we've all been there before.
Well, it was an accident, totally accidental. I mean, I was enraged at the time, but I got off on self-defense. And I don't know how that happened, but I ran over her, and she just kept kind of like, you know, it's the same thing as a squirrel, just like the noise was so specific that I had to make it. So the next one is going to sound like somebody getting run over by a sled and screaming bloody murder over and over and over again until their soul is dissipated into nothing. Have you ever heard something like that? Like, there's a guy in Arkansas once that I swear to God, I can't remember. I don't even want to talk about that one actually. But yeah, so that's my last thing on the show, I guess, right? Yep.
I'll be sure to pre-order that.
Anyway,
definitely
guys,
do.
the new Bobo Hayes album will be out in stores this Christmas. This Christmas, right?
Yeah, it will be.
I wish you
Thanks.
the best of luck. Thanks for having us on. Thanks for
Thanks.
come back
See you
anytime.
later. Oh, sorry, you just acted like
Anytime. Anyway, guys, before we have to say goodnight, we have an excellent treat for you. Very special treat. Chris, our very own Chris, got the Fray to perform for us tonight. The Fray.
The Fray?
The Fray.
You're a big influence on me.
Huge influence on Bobo Hayes, everybody, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to all of you the Fray. Chris, where are they? Where's who? The Fray, Chris. Chris, the band that you booked to play tonight. The Fray.
Fray. I had to book the Fray?
Yes,
I
Chris.
thought you were doing that.
Nope, that was your job. One job that you had, actually.
Oh, wow. Must have slipped my mind.
That happens all the time to the best of us, you know.
Chris Hayden, everybody, a man who's always in over his head. Another Fray song.
Yes.
Still on top of this. Well, anybody, that's our show. Great night. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you all here again real soon. But until next time, I'm Barrett Jourdan. Good night, everybody.